I think it's my
No,
internet.
it's not just you.
Okay.
Yeah, my internet is pretty bad this morning. Sorry about that. I think we're good to go. So, Carolina, whenever you feel like it, you can start.
Okay, so let me share my screen. So, okay. Hi, everyone. So my name is Carolina Ferreira. I'm a developer advocate at MeiliSearch, and I'm super happy to be here with you all. This is my first hackathon and my first talk since I joined MeiliSearch, so please be kind. Okay, I want to start by reminding you about the prize. So MeiliSearch will grant €1,000 to the team that makes the best UI implementation of our Search as You Type feature, or the most creative way of using MeiliSearch. Don't forget that you can participate together with other prize opportunities. Okay, so this weekend I'll be here with my team to answer your questions or help you with any issue you might have. So you can reach out to me, of course, or to Clémentine, our integrations manager, Marin, our software engineer, Thomas, our COO, which is here today in this call, and Fred, our director of developer relations. We will try to be here as much as possible, but we all need to sleep, so sometimes you won't be able to reach us. Okay, so let's dive into the heart of the matter. What is MeiliSearch? So MeiliSearch is an extremely fast and ultra-relevant search engine made in Rust and created by 42 alumni. And when I say that it's extremely fast, I really mean it. Like, we are talking here about getting results in less than 50 milliseconds. So it allows you to search as you type, which means that results are updated on each keystroke. Besides, you will get results even if you only type one letter. So don't forget that this search as you type feature can grant your team €1,000. MeiliSearch is also typo tolerant. What does it mean? It means that it understands typos and misspelling. It supports Chinese and pretty much any language that uses white space to separate words. It also works out of the box with a preset that suits most application needs. But the best part is that even if it works out of the box perfectly fine, you can customize it as you want. So for instance, you can set synonyms and ignore words. You can filter your search results, and you can search into categories that we call facets. For instance, in this example, you can search for video games only in the adventure type or the multiplayer ones. MeiliSearch also allows you to tune the relevance of your search results. You can do so by playing with the order of what we call the ranking rules and the searchable attributes. The ranking rules are built-in rules that ensure the relevance of the results. So you can change their order, remove them, or even you can add your custom ones. I'm not going to explain each one in detail. You can go to the documentation if you are interested in knowing more about them. The other element that plays an important role in relevance are the searchable attributes. The searchable attributes, as its name implies, are the attributes in which fields MeiliSearch is going to search for, it's going to look for matching query words. So they are important for relevance because the first document added to MeiliSearch will set the order of importance of the attributes. So not all attributes have the same importance. So for instance, if if this is the first document added to MeiliSearch, A word found on the title will be more important than a word found in the overview. So for instance, if I search for the word forest, this document will appear first in the search results because the word forest is found on the title. And this document will appear later because the word forest is found here in the overview. So as I said, MeiliSearch is highly customizable. So by default, all attributes are searchable, but you can change that on the settings. You can change the order of importance of each attribute, and you can also make attributes non-searchable. Okay, so I've gone through some of the features of MeiliSearch, but how do I communicate with MeiliSearch? So communication is made through a RESTful API, and we also have a lot of SDKs to make integrations easier. We have, for instance, Python, JavaScript, Ruby, and we also have some front-end tools like React or Vue.js. Okay, so now that you've got an overview of MeiliSearch, let's go to a practical example. Okay, so the first thing I need is to install MeiliSearch. So let's go to the documentation. Okay, getting started. Quick tutorial that works for me. Okay, there are many ways to install MeiliSearch. You can use Docker, apt, Homebrew. I'm going to use curl. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this in my terminal. For those of you who don't know curl, it is a tool to make HTTP requests from the command line. Okay, so now I downloaded MeiliSearch. I just have to run it by typing MeiliSearch. Okay, so now, as you see, I've got an instance of MeiliSearch running in my computer. Next step will be to add documents to MeiliSearch. Let me show you something. This is the address, the default address of MeiliSearch. So let me show you, because MeiliSearch provides on development mode with a web interface for your test. So here, 0 documents, as you can see. So next step, we need to add documents to MeiliSearch. So I have a data set of movies prepared. I'm going to show you how it looks like. So it's an array of JSON objects. So we have some attributes, but I want you to focus on the first one, the ID. So every document that you add to MeiliSearch should have a primary key, a unique identifier. Okay. You can tell MeiliSearch which attribute you want the primary key to be. But if you don't tell MeiliSearch, MeiliSearch will automatically search on the attributes for the ID, the string ID. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the documentation to search. So how can I add documents? Okay, let me go. I want to show you documents. Okay, add or replace document. Okay, so I need to make a post request with the following path. Okay, let me go back to my terminal. I'm going to open another tab. So I'm using curl again. Let me go just to the desktop because that's where I got my file. So curl, and I need to make a post request. Okay. So we're going to make a post request to the following address. So I've got the address of MeiliSearch /indexes. And I'm going, what is an index? An index is just a place where you store your documents, okay? So I'm going to store my documents in an index that I'm going to call movies, because there are movies, okay? And this is the data, movies.json. I got in my desktop as I show you. Okay, so MeiliSearch is an asynchronous API. So that means that operations are put in a queue and they're executed in turn. So MeiliSearch just return an update ID. So if we go back to the documentation, updates, get an update status. So I'm going to follow this path. So indexes, the index ID, which I remind you is movies, updates, and our update ID. So let me get back to my terminal. And now I'm going to make, sorry. Okay. So get request to the indexes movies with the update number 0. And I'm going to use just JQ, which is a command line JSON processor, to just prettify the response. Okay. So as you can see, the status has processed for the update ID 0. And it even tells us how many documents we have added. Okay. So let's go back to my browser and let's see if it worked. Okay, so now we have our documents on MeiliSearch. So as you can see, results are getting updated on each keystroke. Okay, so pretty cool, but if I want my own front, what should I do? But I'm going to show you that it's really easy to have a front of MeiliSearch with our tools. So let's go to GitHub. Sorry, GitHub, MeiliSearch. And here we've got all our integrations. I'm going to use Vue. So let me create a Vue project. I'm going to call it demo. And I'm going to use just the default. And while it is a scaffolding and creating the structure, I'm just going to show you what I'm going to install. So I'm going to need Vue Instance Search, which is an open source library created by Algolia, which provides a set of UI components. And we are going to use Instant MeiliSearch, which is the client to use to make MeiliSearch communicate with Instant Search. Okay, so let me copy this. And let's add it to my project. Okay, so I'm going to cd to demo. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to open. What happened? With my text editor. Okay. And let me go back to the browser. So I need first in the main.js file, I need to import Instant Search. So I'm going to just copy these 2 lines. Okay. And here we've got the main.js. So I'm just going to copy them here and save. Next, in the app.vue file, we have a template with already the components of Instant Search ready for view. I'm just going to copy paste the example. Here's the default template of Vue.js. Okay, so let me explain what is happening here. So we've got the instance search module, component, sorry, and the search client, which is here, which is instant MeiliSearch, and the index name. So for our example, this demo, our index was called movies, if you have a good memory. Okay. This is for the demos of MeiliSearch, which are in the repository. Our MeiliSearch instance is listening on the following address, which is the local host. Okay. And the next line will be the API key, which I didn't set one. I could have set a master key when launching MeiliSearch just to protect my data. But since we are just making a demo, I didn't set one, so we don't need it here. Okay, so now we've got instant MeiliSearch on the correct address and index movies. So each item corresponds to a document in my data set. And since there are movies, they don't have a name, but a title. Okay. So now I'm going back, sorry, to my terminal, and I'm going to just run this to see what it looks like so far. Okay, let me go here. Okay, now we've got the movies, and as before, it works. It's not very pretty, but it works. So I'm just going to, I have a CSS file here prepared. So you can see it's not very difficult to add some style and to have a nice result. So I'm going to copy to my desktop and copy the basic search CSS into my demo. Okay. Now, going back, where do I have it? Just want to, it should be here. Okay. Now we've got it here. I don't need this style no more. I'm just going to import my basic search.css, forget the semicolon. And let me just add here a class. And since I think we have a much nice result when we have images, let me just add the poster of the movie. Okay. And let's see how does it look like now. Okay, quite an improvement, and still working on each keystroke. We've got the results updated, and it took me like what, 5 minutes to make this. Okay, with the CSS maybe more, but if you have more skills than I do, I think you could do pretty amazing things. So there is no reason not to win the prize, or at least be a candidate to the 1,000 euros prize. So I'm going to remind you, is the best implementation, UI implementation of our search as you type feature, or the most creative way of using MeiliSearch. We are going to share a link on Discord later to fill the participation form for the prize. There is just we are going to ask you just some information about your project and the name of your team members. I remind you, on Sunday at 5 p.m., you will have 5 minutes to pitch your project. And on 8 p.m., we will announce the winner. Next, I'm going to announce that we are looking for an intern to join our integrations team for 6 months. If you are a curious person interested in DevOps tools, backend stacks, and open source, since we are an open source company, please send us your resume and a quick note explaining just why you think you will be a good fit in our team. Resume and the note, please do it through the website. We are going to share the link also on Discord, and you will have a complete description of the job offer, of the paid internship offer. We don't want to make any promises, but this internship could lead after to a full-time job. Okay, so please, if you have any question, don't hesitate to reach out to us on Discord during the hackathon, and we will be glad to hear from you if you want to join our community on Slack after the hackathon. And that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I'm very happy to be here. And hope to see you soon. Hope to see you around this weekend.
Thanks, Carolina. Is there maybe a question about the price? Maybe if someone wants to ask a question about the price, it's a good time to do it now.
Okay.
So you can write it in the chat, or you can directly ask it if you want to.
Yes. Maybe the question will come later.
Yeah, maybe it will come later. In any case, thank you so much, Carolina. Thank you, Thomas. We are really proud to have you as a partner for this hackathon. And for everyone else, we are coming back in about 30 minutes for the next talk, which will be about the senior problematic, actually. So if you're interested about this problematic, try to come in about 30 minutes. It's in the same Zoom URL. See you there.
Thank you. Bye.